the strings.
Alright guys, Ty, you smell that?
Oh yeah, it smells, what is that?
I don't know, it kind of smells like a Lambo.
It smells like grayscales.
I mean, what do you think? Alright, so we are at Dallas Performance again. We're gonna go inside and we're gonna give a little update on some R8 engines. Alright, so before we give a little bit of an update on my whole Lamborghini, is it a Lamborghini engine?
Yeah, it's out of a Huracan.
Oh, we haven't told them about that. So shh. We're gonna give you guys an update here in a little bit on that. But before that, we're gonna go for a little ride in this thing. So what is this thing?
This is Adam LZ's new 2013 Lamborghini Superleggera.
And how many?
Adam?
How many horsepowers does it have?
I think it makes like 1750-ish.
1750. So we're going a little test ride. You know, I'm just checking it out, making sure it's good
For Adam?
Yeah,
That was nice.
Making sure it's all right.
Okay.
But yeah, so he's gonna fire this thing up. So this is LP Gallardo.
Yep. It's LP,
Gallardo, Gallard, whatever, however you want to say it.
Superleggera.
E-gear. So this is the same tranny that's in mine.
No, it's a little different, but yeah, pretty close.
Okay. So we're going for a little ride in it. He's gonna fire it up. He's not actually gonna let it warm up. We're just gonna let it actually cool down the AC on the inside because we're in Texas and it's freaking hot. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Alright, so riding in this thing, he got on it just like barely merging, and it already feels like you hear the turbos sound like they're just like barely even doing anything. Like they were just like.
I don't even know what setting it's in right now, but I assume it's probably like. Assume what setting it's in right now.
Gauges in any of the cars, like aftermarket gauges, or just kind of?
No. I ran like this one.
Oh wow.
It goes into the mirror.
What does that tell you?
Just that's negative.
Yeah.
Positive.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, just ghosted it in. That way we don't like showing people anything.
Yeah, it hit like 12 pounds.
It's on setting one.
And would this pretty much be like how a stage one would be?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, be a little faster than that. Stage one will be a little slower than this.
Yeah.
Because it does have a build motor to race it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It feels really cool.
For being like a setting one scenario.
Yeah. How many settings are there?
4.
That was what? Yeah. And this thing, just the sounds that it makes, especially in like these nice little tunnels, it's just crazy. You look out the window and you see the.
That makes it really good.
The way it pulls is just so smooth. Like it just like, I don't know, just the way it delivers the power.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not scary. Alright, so this is the crazy one, but it's on, and it has like how many settings?
4.
And so that was like stage 1 basically. So this would be similar to what like a stage 1 would be like if I like did turbos on the R8.
Yeah.
Would be something like that. And it has like a little hidden boost gauge like up in here. Like you can't even see it when it's off. It's just kind of, yeah. So that's the boost gauge. It was hitting like 12 pounds, and on the kill mode where it's like 1700 horsepower, which Sean told me it's like just scary. Like you almost don't even want to be in the car. Is like 40 pounds of boost, which is,
yeah, it's a lot more scary. You don't want to be in the passenger seat on full kill.
I mean, I kind of want to be in the passenger seat. Like, I mean, until we're here. But the best way to describe like how it feels is like when you're taking off on like an airplane, like how you're just taking off like on the runway, and you're just like, and it just like pulls, and then it just kind of doesn't stop until you get up in the air. And that's kind of how it feels. And you just feel it like wanting more. I think he was revving it to about 7,000. It'll go to about 8,500, and you could just feel it pulling more and more and more and more. But
we don't want to beat on it too much. It's also 106 degrees outside right now.
Yeah.
So.
And there was a lot of,
yeah,
there's a lot of things in the way. So that's what it was. But
moving road.
Yeah, it's definitely a really cool car. I mean, look, it's got full fire suppression on it. It's got the twin turbos in the back.
It's got the roll bar.
It's got the roll bar. All the carbon fiber stuff. So really, really cool setup. So we're gonna go inside and take a look at my R8 engine, and we're gonna talk about what we're gonna do. All right, guys. So I'm gonna show you where we left off last time. This is the block out of my R8, and if you look right here, you see this end of the block. This was the good side. Everything looks pretty good over here. And then as you get further down, like this one starts looking a little weird. This one starts looking a little weird, like there's these little balls, like of melted aluminum that just got kind of, and you could almost see like a little lip down here. So the block is actually not usable. Same thing right here. And then if you look, there's a crack right there. You can see how discolored that is, and there's another crack on the other side. So initially when the block was really dirty, we were kind of thinking that it was gonna be okay. You know, and we'd basically be able to kind of deck this thing and then like reline hone it, and it'd be all right. But that turned out to not be the case. Sent the crank out, it was bad, and the only thing kind of salvageable on my whole block was the heads. So that's where this thing comes in. So this thing is a engine out of a 2015 or 2016 Lamborghini Huracan that I purchased from Mullens Auto Parts. So they are an automotive salvage yard that basically breaks down anything from like Honda Civics to Lamborghinis and Huracans and, you know, trucks like that. So they have like 8,700 parts for sale on their eBay store, and this is one that they had for sale. And the reason that the heads are off of it right now is actually the Huracan heads are different than the R8 heads. And so my heads are still good, so they're at the machine shop getting decked and checked and new valve stem seals and all that type of stuff. And this engine right here, I got it for a really good deal because it has this little issue right here. So this car was involved in an accident where the engine kind of came loose in the engine bay and popped the firewall. So it is cracked right here, and basically this is the water jacket. So you can see this is where all the coolant goes. This is kind of right up against the firewall. There's about an inch in there, and it basically just came forward just enough to break this little piece off. So that's where the guys here at Dallas Performance come in. Is they're basically going to put my heads on it. Well, before they put my heads on it, they're going to weld up this crack. They're going to clean all this stuff up, you know, grind it down, make it all smooth, and then they're basically going to make a nice sheet metal piece that will go over here, and it'll be an aluminum kind of like patch in it. Again, engines for these things, if you guys just get on eBay and you type in Huracan engine, they're going to be $30,000, and if you type in R8 engine, they're going to be $20,000. So really, really expensive. So this was kind of one of those things that it hopefully works out in everybody's favor. He's getting his Huracan heads back. We don't have to build a bottom end or, you know, source a crank, source a block, do all that other type of stuff. Basically, we have something that's been put together from the factory. It just needs this little bit of stuff right here. Their fabricator guy is going to be here tomorrow and hopefully get this stuff kind of figured out during the day. I'm looking forward to actually getting it all together and stabbing it in there. But I guess that is the little bit of the update on the whole R8 situation. But yeah, their shop is absolutely amazing. You can see everything in here is a Lamborghini, and they range from like pretty much everything in here is a turbo Lamborghini. I don't even think there is a naturally aspirated one right now, other than the ones that are out that have the engines at the machine shop getting built. My heads are still at the machine shop, so we're kind of waiting on that. And then, I mean, how soon do you think realistically? Probably like a week, 2 weeks, somewhere in there?
Yeah, we're trying to get them done as soon as possible, obviously, but hopefully a week or so.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's a little bit of the update. Oh yeah, and my cylinder walls too. So I think it would have had to have been sleeved.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And definitely sleeved. The crank either bought a brand new one. So this engine would have just got super, super expensive.
So there was no question.
Right away.
You can see right here.
Oh yeah.
That the cylinders is completely scarred up to where it's not.
Yeah.
It's not savable without sleeving it.
Yeah, it was definitely trashed. So.
Yeah, you can feel it.
What was I gonna say?
All right, so we were actually getting ready to head back to Colorado tonight, but David over here, what do you have in store for us?
2,000 horsepower GTR with nitrous up my sleeve.
What about an airplane?
Oh, and the airplane. I forget about the jet too. We got that.
Yeah, he has a jet. He has one-way aviation.
For you, I think we could do round trip.
We could do two-way, something
don't,
like that.
Don't you promise something you can't come up with.
I can make it.
That's a problem in one-way airlines, people.
So yeah, David has a lot of crazy cars. You have the 2,200 horsepower Huracan over there.
Yes, sir.
2,000 horsepower GTR, a jet, a motorhome, a Hanger, and a 720S.
720S.
What other cool stuff do you have?
I'd have to check my inventory.
He has a Chevy Bolt.
He forgets
He has
about
a
it.
I do have a Chevy Bolt and a Tesla.
thought you were gonna
You
race-
drove
Oh
that.
yeah, he has a P85D that he let me drive, and that was my first Tesla experience, and that was a lot of fun. But we were just talking about the GTR. You said you let me drive it,
Yeah, you can drive.
and then we were talking about where we do it, and times, and roads, and traffic. And then Sean was like, "Oh, he's probably not going to turn it up all the way."
Oh, we're turning up all the way.
And so,
We're going
The
up
good
all
thing
the way.
about Texas, it's real close to Mexico.
Well, the good thing is we also like cars that make well over 1,000 horsepower.
yeah. And I've never actually really experienced anything other than today with the red one, which that was on setting 1.
Yeah, that was the slowest setting that car has.
But I'm really excited to see something crazy. I just don't want to get ruined. So
No, you'll need an adult diaper. You will.
Other than that, you're good.
we're gonna have to stop and get some Depends on the way. Do you
They
have
have
any?
the-
You're
they
not
have
that
the
old yet.
I do. I actually have them. I keep them in the glove box.
Okay.
Put it wherever you want.
Turn the turn signal on at Farms?
Yeah.
Alright,
you
so-
can do that too.
We're cruising around in his Tesla. We're on autopilot right now. Hey, can you hand me something out of my backpack?
Yeah. What do you need?
All right. Well, if you get in the third pocket on the back, it's under there.
I'm gonna get this.
Oh, are you all right back there, Ty? Oh, Ty.
Sorry, it's been a long day.
Dude, you might want to add an underwear changer.
So it has a whoopee cushion app on it. That's hilarious.
That's a little
Alright guys, so we made our way over here to David's hangar, and this is his little jet that he has, and he calls this thing his beater. This is the GTR. He's had this for a while. It's an 09, and just a crazy thing. He took me for a little ride down the street in it, and he thought it was slow, but I didn't think it was slow. He's actually going to let us take this out for a little drive and see how it is. You can see it's got the Mickey Thompsons on the back. It's got some Race Masters on the front, M&H Race Masters. Yeah, really sick car. Makes a lot of noise. Yeah, I think after we go for a little drive in this, we're gonna go up for a little ride in his plane. And he said he's actually gonna let me take off in this thing. So yeah, crazy. Ty, you ready?
Excited?
I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested too. Let's see.
In the first position, which I don't know if that's like 1,000 or something like that. We put it in number 4, which is like probably, I don't even know, more than that.
David said that each click should be a couple significant, like 100 horsepower difference.
Hundreds of horsepower. He said it wasn't running right today, quite right, so he said it didn't feel as fast as it probably should.
Spinning. pulls way better up top. It pulls much better up top.
Yeah, see, here's what happened. We went to a half mile, we went to a mile event, and I was burning the tires off. I had these shitty tires on.
Yeah.
So Taylor turned them all, turned first, second, and third down.
Yeah.
But all the other gears are.
Oh, fourth gear.
Fourth gear, you probably break the tires.
We did fourth once, and we had to let out of it.
Yeah,
pretty
it's scary,
soon.
right?
But yeah, it was like, so it was in Cal 1 when we ran out because we just restarted it.
Oh,
and then we went down the highway like 2 exits, turned around. I was like, oh, well, it's in.
That makes it feel a little better. Yeah, because you need room with this car. If you don't have room,
Oh,
you're
man.
gonna feel shit.
Oh yeah.
But it's crazy because, like,
You ever felt power like that?
Well, just like as soon as the top of third, it's like it feels like it's getting into the power when you're like getting ready to shift
and then
from
like
third to fourth.
it's crazy because you're like,
All of a sudden it goes,
and
then
you're
it
just,
goes.
like, going.
Yeah.
All right, so we just got back, and I don't know, it's so hard to explain this. It's just like every gear you pull, it just gets faster and faster. So the setting 1 is probably around 800 horse, setting 2 is probably 1,000, 3 is 12, and then 4 is probably around 13, somewhere in there. Not 100% sure. One of the last half-mile events that they went to, this thing is on a Cyvex engine management system. So when they were doing their last half mile, it was spinning really bad, getting off the line like first, second, third. And so what they did is they did basically boost by gear, first, second, third. So it didn't feel as crazy in third. We got in fourth once, and it was crazy. Like it felt like it was like almost walking. Like, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It was like on the verge of breaking traction, but not. I don't know, it's crazy. I think it's definitely one of those things where I'm glad it's almost not faster. So it's like didn't scare me away from stuff like this, but it kind of makes me want to do it now. Like driving the Supra or the Civic is gonna feel way different. So yeah, this is like a Schweitzer built engine and whole setup in it, and yeah, it's just nuts. But yeah, I think we're actually gonna take up a little jet and go for a little cruise around Dallas and see what did you think?
Yeah, it's cool. It's because it just like
it's hard to explain.
It's smooth because it's shifting like so quick,
fast,
that it's just like pulling. It is like it's like a constant turbo build.
and the turbos just sound amazing. Yeah, there's no shift delay.
But because the gears you're shifting, but it's so fast, it feels like it's just building.
Yeah,
and it's fast.
I mean, it makes me want to do it.
Yeah.
Really makes me want to do it. So you have like a 1400 horsepower GTR, right? That's currently for sale. So if you guys haven't followed this guy, he's Boosted TV on Instagram. He's you don't do a lot of YouTube stuff though, right?
No.
Mostly Instagram stuff, and now you're working back at Dallas Performance, so you really don't have time for any of that stuff. But he's actually trying to sell his GTR, and you're gonna get a what, GT40?
4GT.
4GT.
2005, 2006 is what I'm looking for.
So if you guys know anybody with a 4GT for sale, hit up this guy right here, because he really wants one. But yeah, I'm excited to go for this thing. Look at these turbos. I mean, that's a pretty big freaking turbo. That's really big turbo. But yeah, this guy's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's faster than the GTR.
Yeah.
And so David is actually, he's kind of a crazy guy, and he told me to let me take off. Should I say that? Should I say that he's gonna let me take off? I'm gonna sit in the passenger seat. Is what's gonna happen.
man.
Like it?
Was it fun?
Oh yeah, that was amazing. I like how you freaking
Nimble, you can really
pulled us up through the clouds.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were cruising just like
Yeah, we did stuff out on the UP.
we did the little thing where you said that you didn't like.
I just showed him. I said, he didn't like this. I go, whoop. And they're like, oh, okay.
I was like, oh yeah, I see what I did. Like,
It's
Alright guys, so we just got back over to Dallas Performance to check on the engine before we head out of town. And you can see they got that thing all welded up, super nice. Honestly, I kind of didn't even know what to expect, but look at it, even like flows with the contour and everything. That's beautiful. So yeah, I think that's probably gonna be it for this trip, guys. We have like a 10.5, 12-hour drive back on our way to Colorado. So definitely appreciate you guys watching. It's been a crazy week, couple days doing all this stuff down here, especially these past couple days hanging out with Sean and David from Dallas Performance. So yep, I'm stoked to have this thing back, but again, we gotta wait for the machine shop to get back to us with the heads, and then we should be able to, or you guys are all gonna bolt them on, and then I'm gonna probably have it shipped and then put it back or something like that. So again, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.